I just learned something. I, kept asking God Almighty to help me understand, right? These human beings who are possessed, right? These demons or whatever, why they have a psychology where, right? If I observe the humans they use to stalk me all day, which are the average humans in society, usually in those sort of lowly jobs in society, they never move up. They're always stuck in that place. They come from poor backgrounds, but they all have this quality. They're extremely perverted and creepy and weird. That's why when you're young and you get a job in sales or whatever, you always come across creeps, right? Rather than, let's say, a very healthy, nice, wonderful, big software tech type of company, There's mainly going to be a lot of decent humans there like that. And to some degree, humans might have observed and actually thought to themselves, the rich have a lot of weirdos and obviously very harmful predators, but still they behave maybe in certain situations, right? They don't necessarily come down to society and stalk people and act crazy like that, right? But the creeps, the weirdos usually who act that way externally, they act that way externally because what? I've noticed those who do that, right, are actually very poor. Just typical average poor shallow human. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Why don't they ever try to succeed in life financially and in that sort of economic way? It's because they know they're possessed. They know there's, right, demons and things talking to them and getting their agreement to go and harass people. And in this situation, right, these humans who are possessed, they don't know me, but God is just teaching me how demons use such humans. It's just like I'm put in a program where I get to see what they do all day. They're just vessels for demons. When they're possessed, they just stalk and harass me all day. It's not me, obviously. They don't know me. They're blind, But in that sense, right, they always act the opposite of their quality. They're very poor. They literally rented that vehicle that day. They don't even have a car. Typical poor families, The ones, maybe a lot of them are on welfare. Those types of families, you get me? And they have a lot of kids for that reason. They're just backwards and lowly. There's no individuality. The type of families, then on another side, you're going to have that sort of abuse, but it's covert. They make it seem like it's normal. The narcissistic, psychopathic type of families. Those who molest, rape their own kids. No one ever says anything, and the kid actually becomes evil just like them, like that. Those strange families. But every day, they're the ones in the big malls. They're the ones in all the big amusement parks. They're in all the other parks. They're the ones in almost all the places you would say, right, society has built for people to just have fun. They're like the mob percentage of it. They're just in your face. You go to a convenience store, they're there. You go to a pool, they're there. Get to an apartment complex, there's so many of them. Rarely gonna find healthy, young, educated people just renting a nice apartment by themselves. You get me? It's these sort of weird, large, creepy families versus normal people who got married and obviously have kids. These ones, they're just lowly, they're just shallow, they're usually obese, and they're just ugly physically, and they're just weird. Some just may not look ugly to you, obviously, because humans are different in appearance. But they're just the average, okay? So I asked God today, why do they work with their demons to go and terrorize people when their demons are an enemy to them? The demon, it makes them poor. They put curses on them where these humans never improve financially. They always stuck in those types of jobs. The demon made them perverted. It just doesn't make any sense to me. The demon is attacking the materialistic part of their life. Why they obey it? Because you and I would agree they do evil because they like evil. So they're not really obeying a demon in that sense, right? They obey when the demon calls them to do evil because the human likes evil, correct? Okay, we understand why they're doing evil then. But why do they obey the demon? Why do they allow it to consume them, possess them, and stalk someone, harass someone, bother someone? Why do they listen to that darkness in their mind? You just may not call it a demon. That dark thing talking to you, convincing you, it puts emotions and thoughts into you, and it gets you to just go and do a certain thing that you know in your conscience is wrong. Usually staring, harassing, trying to invade people's personal. It's usually perverted conduct, bullying, staring, bothering, approaching people, lying to people, goodness, manipulating, etc. And these humans, I always tell you what they're possessed to do all day, the stalking. They come to a store, they just stalk someone all day, they just walk around the store all day. They just come to a store. Literally, their demon just told them to just go to that CVS, go to that Walmart, go to that Target, go to that big mall over there. And they just go there. They don't personally want to shop there, but something told them to go there. And then it guides them as to then what it wants them to do, right? It makes it obvious to them which human in that building is trying to use them to stalk as a monitoring spirit. You know? Monitoring spirit, familiar spirit. You can Google that. The Bible talks about that. It's demons who just monitor people's lives through these types of lowly, shallow humans. So why do they obey these demons? Why do they do what it wants? If the demon is the one that ruined their life, made them homeless, made that family always poor, get on welfare. They can never improve in life. They're not, even though they live in a country that has right opportunities, why don't they ever move up and excel in this life? Such as that filthy family God put me in. Because he wants me to understand what the hell's wrong with these humans in society. They just don't move up in life. They're the bus driver, they're the janitor. Like, why the hell are you in that life? Like, what the hell? What? Okay. You know why? This is how you know the devil is actually your enemy. This is how you know you're dumb as hell as evil human beings. You let something consume you. You think you're tough and you're in charge of yourself. No, you're not. Those thoughts and voices and emotions in you that come to you and try to get you to agree to be a bad person. Okay? Watch people, stare at people. You get the point. Do bad things online. Watch filthy, perverted, nasty things online and go into perversion. You get what I'm telling you. You filthy humans. You actually don't know the demon in you that's making you do that, that's calling you to do that, that corrupted your morality. You actually don't know they're your enemy. That's why you obey it. Now I know what the hell's wrong with you. You just think it's darkness. You just think it's some dark thing that always tells you to do bad things. You don't know it is the reason why you're poor, that you're sick, that people reject you, you don't know it causes you those things that you didn't agree to lose, correct? Because you're just a bad person. You agreed to just be a bad person. You didn't ever say that you want this demon to make you poor, correct? That you want them to sabotage your education. All of a sudden you were doing okay in life. You went to high school, you went to college, and after that you just descended. Right? Something just happened. Mental, emotional, life, whatever, and you just didn't really do well in school. Now you didn't even go into the education you wanted. You didn't even go to the cool, big companies you were planning to work for. You just got a shallow job, working in the lowly service jobs. What happened to your degree? Now you just go to clubs and bars, you drunk all day, you always do drugs. At some point you look at porn, you go into the dark part of it, the unnatural perversions of LGBT filth. Where are you going? Where are you going? You know I'm talking to you, therefore. You filthy humans, you evil, wicked, evildoers. You know God is not okay with you. You're not obviously confused. You know what evil is. You know what darkness is. You don't need religion. You shallow ones who just walk around jealous and envious and staring at people, and you just have bad thoughts and emotions all day. You don't know whatever made you that way, whatever called you to do those things. And when it said to you, can I possess you? I want to touch this person. I want to bother this person. You can feel it now inside your body. It's possessing you. It's making its head and your head turn at this person, insult this person. You know what I'm talking about. You know you're possessed. You liars. You just like to act like you're not. Duh, because that's what being evil means. You always want to act like you're just like that. But if you agree to be possessed, you agree to be used, then you know you cannot tell people you don't know how to stop being evil. You feel uncomfortable. People tell you, oh, what the hell it's your fault. You agree to the demon, you agree to the dark thoughts and emotions. You don't want to be blamed righteously because you should be blamed for this. This is your fault. You don't want to be blamed righteously for that. So you just act like you're just like that because that's just okay to be like that. You're just maybe not a great person. That's how you describe yourself. But you'll act like you're just a human. You know, you're jealous, you're envious, you're hateful. You don't like that person. You act like your immorality is somehow normal or nature. You don't want to admit you were fine at the beginning, but some dark, look at the words I'm using. I didn't say demon. I said dark. Some dark negative energy that seems to have a mind of its own is always talking to you, associating with you, trying to get, it's like an emotion coming over you. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And then at some point, you obviously will understand what the hell it is. It's going to talk to you. It's going to become a voice. It's going to seek your permission. You wicked ones. You know what evil is. There's something in you, inside your body, telling you to do it, and you obey it. I didn't understand why the hell you obey it when it destroys your life. Why do you do its dirty work? I get it. You don't know it did those things to you. You don't know the demon is the reason you failed in school. It doesn't mean you didn't go to school. Just you didn't accomplish your goals. You don't know you have a lowly job right now instead of having a big cool job you should have had. You don't know that's why you didn't have the partner you wanted of the opposite gender that you truly liked at some point. You don't know it is the reason you have all these problems. You don't know that's why you have mental problems and you think you're actually mentally ill. There's no such thing as mental illness. It's due to the possession, all the problems it caused you. You lost the brain. You don't know all your economic and life problems are caused by the sin that you do every day. The sin, get it? The bad character you have, the bad person you are. You don't have to insult that person. But are you a bad person? Do you look at them with evil thoughts and emotions? Okay, that is a sin. So then that is, you're going to fall down in life. Blessings don't have any reason to say hello to you. The demon has permission now because you did evil. It has permission because you allowed it to make you this way. You chose to listen to it and do bad to people. It has permission to put curses on you, and now you're going to suffer financially, romantically, health. You might have been a really good person at one point. You start to deteriorate. It takes it from you. It doesn't mean God is doing that. No, there are times God punishes you, but these are situations the demon is attacking you. So you obey demons. You do their dirty work. They ask you, can I possess you to bother that person? You say, okay. Because you don't know you have the ghetto, lowly little car. You don't know you can't ever get the sort of success you want worldly because of that thing that just asked you for permission. You don't know it's your enemy. You think it's just calling you to immorality, but it's like your friend or something. It actually cares about you in terms of economic. No, it's stealing from you. These humans don't know the demon is the cause of their financial, social, romantic, health, all their problems. It attacks you. It keeps you in a low level in society. You might be like, why does it do that? Because then you're going to be at the bottom of society. You're always going to be filled with envy and jealousy. You don't get to improve the way a human is supposed to improve. You don't move up and enjoy this life the way you're supposed to enjoy it. Correct? So then it thinks, if I let this person have freedom, I don't put curses or witchcraft on them, I don't keep them at these jobs, I don't attract same shallow humans to them, I don't push off good people who could have motivated them to live a healthy moral life, to go to that cool university together and just go to another state and start new life. And if I push off every blessing from them, right? It thinks then you're stuck in these lowly, poor cities and situations and societies and jobs and humans. And now it thinks you're, right, never going to be distracted from obeying what it wants you to do. Because you're just sad all the time. You're misery all the time. You're depressed and envious and jealous all the time. But if it stopped doing that to you and you actually excelled worldly, right? All the materialistic things you want. That is way, I just told you, this country and other countries, unless we're having some problem, has opportunities. You can go excel. Why don't you go up in life and excel? It knows, the demon knows if you excel, you're not gonna go and be allowing it to possess you to be a stalker to random people you don't even know. Just be monitoring them, staring at them, and bothering them all day. These humans who are possessed stalking me all day, all they do is go to every business-like place you could ever think of that's lowly and shallow. You know, just a typical store, typical grocery. You get me? That's why when you go outside, people are always outside. There should be a balance of people who are outside, because people should have school and the others should be in work. So unless there's a cool event, unless it's like a nice Sunday, right, where you agree that many people are off work, unless we understand people should not be at every park, every store, every city. People should be running back and forth to their jobs and schools and their goals in life. God gave you something to do. So all these people just sitting around, hanging around. Every store you go to, they just come there. They buy one little thing, they leave. What the hell? How many times are you going to go to a store in one day? They're not buying anything. They're stalking people to that store. They didn't even ask for permission to bother someone there. Some of those humans are evil and is trying to do the same thing that you did to this one. Keep them in a poor, low place in life by stalking them and sabotaging everything they do. And some of them are healthy, strong, wonderful people that just come from evil families. And they're trying to keep this person poor, like me. Keep this person at the bottom of society because they know if they leave this person alone, this person is destined for greatness and wealth. Get it? So sometimes they're following people using your body who are destined for greatness, and they're just bothering them so they can keep them at the low because of envy. Those demons are jealous. You might be like, where the hell did they come from? Their family. That person came from a wicked family probably, or someone some way over there at a job. Someone basically just did witchcraft or something. And these types of demons are not following you. Because just because demons are out there doesn't mean they just follow everyone with this goal. Come on, how do people then have jobs, right, and excel in life? They don't follow everybody. They just attack everybody every now and then. But follow means long term. You know what I mean? So if these types of families breed too much, look at the way I described them. They breed too much. That means there's going to be too many of them who are doing the devil's work in this world. They all become evil. So then imagine how many of them are in this world and in this country, filled with those darkness, that envy for their siblings and family. Now they're going to do witchcraft to each other just to keep each other in the same box. You get me? Versus everyone's fine, but there's just one bad one. Well, okay, people are going to notice something's off, right? But they can't seem to succeed in this one. They're going to notice there's one bad apple in their family. They're going to get rid of them or something. They're going to pray to God and this. You get me? But if these shallow, weird families, they all would love to succeed and have economic success, but they're doing witchcraft to someone else, so that person doesn't do it. And that person, see, is filled with the same type of bad emotions, and they're doing witchcraft to this one. They're both now, you see, attacking each other, but they don't even know. They just think they're just stuck in the bottom of society. They don't realize their sin is doing that to them. And the good ones in that family sadly don't notice. The wicked ones who are like this are doing this to their life, and they can't seem to succeed and accomplish everything they want. And they're a good person. They don't have these qualities of envy and jealousy and hurting and harassing people and being possessed to do these things. You get me? You think it's only in this case. You think only good people get attacked this way because you can understand that's rational. They're jealous, they're bad, so they don't want you to succeed. No. How do they then, the ones who are jealous, never seem to also have success and wealth? Why don't they go up in life? It's because the demons they obey every day hate them so much, they also prevent them from having any success. That's how much they hate you. But they make you think they're your buddy or they're your friend, and they understand your feeling of jealousy towards that human over there. And they say to you like some sort of companion or friend that's like you or something, let's work together, let me possess you, let me harass them using your body. You agree to it because you think it's some sort of companionship between you. You get me? You're evil, they're evil. You think it's who cares if you obey it. But you don't. If you knew it brought you all the problems you have, you would be less likely now to obey the demon. Do you agree? This time you're not doing it from a place of morality, right? You're not a good person. You didn't stop obeying it and doing evil to people because you now became good and you hate that quality in you. No, you just don't want to obey the demon that tells you to do it because you realized, right? This evil thing, asking for your permission to do bad things, is actually ruining your life. Why would you want to listen to it? You might just stop doing bad things for that reason now. And all your time and focus now, you're distracted with attaining wealth and success. Do you agree? So the demon knows that. It keeps some humans wealthy and it keeps some of you poor. The devil literally picks you. That's why evil humans are in every area of life, right? They're the wealthy politicians or government members. They're doing very dangerous crimes behind the scenes. Some are celebrities, right? Every now and then they get exposed for raping people for years and years like that. Some have wealth. And you're thinking, why did the demon let them have wealth? Well, it can't make everyone not have money, but you get the point. It picks for a reason. It needs some humans. Demons need some humans in society who are at the bottom of society in the sense that they never sort of get out of it. They're just always going to be like that. That family will always just be that basic, average, lowly family. You get me? Because they need you to target other humans who are like that. And they need you to target intelligent, wonderful, healthy people who are meant for success. And they want you to target God's people because you're the worst of society. Get it? You're an empty shell. You're weak as hell. So they can possess you to be a stalker to someone you don't even know. You don't even hate them or anything. You get me? You're like the worst vessel they got. While those humans are not going to agree to come out of their big corporate CEO job, go to a CVS and stalk someone around all day. Do you agree? Someone who has that type of status won't do these behaviors or be in these lowly, shallow types of, right, characteristics of stalker or whatever you want to call it. You get me? They're evil. They might be doing other things. But you get me. They're at least not going to walk around all day wasting their energy doing these things. That you would agree with me. Only an insane person would agree to do it. But it's going to make someone who's just as evil as you, just as perverted and nasty as you, have a big corporate job. And use them to do something else in the world. You get me? But if that person knew, because at least, right, the demon didn't prevent it from having economical success. Sometimes uses witchcraft to give them a job they don't earn, right? It pushes people out of it. It actually helps them. There you go. You get me in that sense. So that one might think, oh, the demon helped them to have economical success. Therefore, it might agree to be possessed by it whenever the demon feels like possessing it. You get me? It might sort of agree to it in that sense. Because it thinks, right, this thing is helping it or whatever to achieve worldly things using unjust methods. Goodness. Not because they actually think demon is good and they actually ignorant and made a mistake. No, they're human. If they, why would you like a demon? You know, from an actual innocent place. You're not gonna like it from an innocent place. The hell? You're liking it because you're evil. You know? So it's out of immorality. But okay, too, it's giving you success using unjust methods because get it? It is doing it. Does a demon do things justly? And is a demon supposed to do anything in the first place? Who cares if it's just or unjust? It has no business here. We human beings are the ones. This is our earth technically. It's also we're supposed to work hard for what we want. They have no business being here. You get me? That's why they don't have a body. They have no business being here. They're these empty shells. They're dark as hell. They're just walking around. They want a body to enter. Without that body, which is you, wicked humans, they're nothing. So if only evil humans knew that. Yes, they like evil, but if only they knew how demons go after them and stuff. If you could just observe yourself as a little kid, the way that demon came after you, ruined you and made you into a horrible person, possesses you, uses you. To some degree, your own conscience as a separate being, your innate nature to always want to preserve yourself to some degree, right? You don't like to be controlled, obviously. You're just evil, and evil means now you don't have any humanity, any morality. You have nothing. So you don't care being objectified, controlled, and dominated. Okay. But still, if you could observe it, you get me? If you could just see it, you would agree to never work with them. You get me? Because you're seeing them as your enemy. So that's what God and religious people are showing you, and you guys just don't get the point. You don't get the point. Because it's easy for them. They just have to make you feel those two basic emotions. Envy and hatred for people who have something you don't have, or for people who you just envy. You get me? You don't see the bigger picture. Just one person or one situation, they just make you jealous of it. You agree to be a wicked human and hurt people and yourself and your environment. Because of that, you commit crimes of all levels. No covert or, or not covert. You know? But you don't see that maybe if you had all the materialistic and other qualities that you're jealous of or would be used by the demon usually to corrupt you, right? You don't technically see that if you had all those things that you would not actually stare at people like that. You could care less. You would be absorbed with all the wealth you have. You get me? All the beauty you have. You'd be absorbed with these blessings. So you see then why demons make people suffer financially in this life who are close to God? They think, oh, we cannot make them evil because they're good people, but we can at least make them sort of question God or get away from him in the sense. Like, they're not going to become bad people, but at least let's get them to leave God. You know, let them just say to God, you know, God, I don't want to talk to you like that. Because they make them suffer financially. They make them suffer romantically. They just reject and sabotage. And guess who they use to cause them these problems? You, the lowly, shallow ones I just described. You jealous weirdos. Okay, other people of God who are just worshiping him, or just decent, but they can easily be corrupted, right? They're not righteous or anything. Well, then that's the other reason these ones that are being targeted by demons to make them suffer in life. Because they actually then become like you. Envy enters them, they agree to it, and they go down that path. Does that mean then having nothing in life makes you envious? No, envy is a quality. You develop it as a child. Child doesn't need any materialistic things. They're good to go, right? They're just a baby. It comes to you in the beginning of life. That's when people pick their character, when they're kids. Observe children. Some seem like the middle, right? You know if someone comes to them, they can corrupt this kid. And some are so empathetic and loving and sweet. No matter what evil you do, they're never going to become a bad person. They're like the leader personality. And look at the other one. They're already jealous and hitting their little sibling and crying just to get your attention. It already entered. You pick who you want to be. But since you always can keep picking, right? Since God created that quality, that's why he doesn't just then say, okay, khalas, it's over. You know? Khalas means finished in Arabic. You get me? He sends people. He sends wisdom. He guides you using your conscience, your heart. Humans teach you knowingly and unknowingly to be kind and good every day because they're obeying laws of being normal, technically, right? Even if they're evil. This world doesn't reward evil, technically, right? It operates from a place that good is normal and evil is not. It's just that's exactly then what you should be asking me then. You should be asking me, but why is there evil everywhere? And why is it always acting like it's normal? Exactly, because there's some evil entities, demons over there. They're corrupting many of you and making you go to every area of life, government, religion, school, work, life, and they're inspiring and teaching that these qualities or these, attributes of evil should now mix with you. They're teaching that nonsense that, hey, this evil belief, this evil quality, this unjust mentality, this sexist way, this perverted way, this racist way, they're trying to then put that into your society. It's easy. They don't have to be visible. They just need to possess a bad human that they taught that stuff first. The human chose to become that way, so they're not a victim. And now they can just operate through their body. And now they're those then bad humans, right, in your government, in your religion, in your city, in your job. You guys just think, oh, what the hell? There's bad in this world, so obviously evil humans will exist. But you don't see why. Demons are doing it. You need to understand they're your enemy, is my point here. They're your enemy. So I always ask God, demons literally ruin these people's lives. That filthy family God put me in, they're just shallow. They have a poverty spirit over them. You get me? Yes, they can get jobs, but it's like it won't let them ever excel in life. It's a poverty spirit. And at some point, these humans who have a poverty spirit have jobs that you would consider not poor, like a police officer job. You get me? It doesn't matter. They're still going to live in a way where they don't live the way you would expect on that salary. You get me? It's a poverty spirit, meaning it still makes sure you're poor. It still makes sure you live at a lowly apartment like that. It's just a poverty spirit. It's just in your face. It's always causing you problems. You can't really chill. Why then do they obey the demons that possess them? If that's what it does to them, it ruins their life. Because they don't know. Demons are putting witchcraft and curses on them to keep them in the bottom of society. To keep them homeless for years. To make them drug addicts for years. To make them homosexuals. They don't know this filthy thing is targeting them. All they know is when it comes over them and tells them, can I use you to do bad things to people and to yourself? And to make you think it's raping you or something, because it makes you think it raped you, it makes you think it touched you or whatever. It's just using witchcraft to make sensations in parts of your body. They can do that awake or not awake. They can do that to people who are possessed and not possessed. It's because the power is what's causing it. Witchcraft. They can't harm you, okay? They can't touch you like that. God is not crazy. Why would he let something rape you, goodness? You have to have the right to defend yourself if something could harm you. They're invisible, so why would he let them have such a power over you? How are you going to defend yourself? They're invisible. And do you know how many people then they would do that behavior to? What the hell are you thinking? The entire human race would go through it. So how come only some people they tell you they have paralysis or they get weird dreams or it feels like something's raping them? How come it's only some? Because it's not real. It's not a real power. Those people, either they're under spiritual attack or they're filthy and perverted and they're agreeing to it, and those demons are making them think that way. They're doing those horrible things to them. Okay, but this person, they're under spiritual attack. They can't do that to them, right? Because this person didn't agree. They're not evil or whatever. They're just sending them dreams, therefore. Get it? Dreams. Paralysis. But the ones who are filthy and perverted who agree, well, then they can talk to you in a voice and then say to you, they're going to touch this part of your body, and they do witchcraft to it. And you just feel a sensation. Now they want you to think they touched you. You're lunatics. You're so far away from God. And I'm sorry that religion is corrupted like Bible and Quran, where they make it seem like there's something called a spirit spouse or a love demon. I told you, the demons always like to portray to you the opposite of your qualities. And they always like to pretend to be the opposite of their qualities. They don't have power in certain situations. They're always going to act like them they do. Because that's evil, get it? Because God would never give you that level of power. It's harmful. He created evil, but there's a balance. You can see it and fight with it. He's not going to give something invisible the power to touch you, okay? That's what they usually use dreams and paralysis. If you can touch people, then when they're just chatting on a phone or in their home, then touch their shoulder, beat them up. Exactly, you don't see it because it's not a real power. They don't have the power to touch you. So why do they always do it when you're sleeping? Because they can make you think they did it. Because they can show you dreams where they make it seem like something that's not even happening, right? It's unconscious. They're coming and attacking you from the spiritual world. They're literally doing magic to themselves or witchcraft, and they can use that to look like a human body that looks like you. And another demon puts on another magic or witchcraft to look like another human, and they're raping each other or something. Or one is harming the other, or one is killing the... Because it's not true, they can only do it when you're sleeping. Get it? It's an illusion. They can only show it to you when you're closing your eyes, because it's like showing someone a dream in the sense that... Exactly, a dream. A dream is not real, right? You saw a dream of rabbits running around. Is that real? No. Rabbits were not running around. It was a dream. So this is also the same. It's fake. So that's why they can only do it when you're sleeping. Because it's fake. If they could actually touch you, then they would just touch you when you're awake. Goodness. They'd rape you 10 billion times every second. Are you guys insane or what? So God is going to give a demon the right to touch and harm and rape you. And they're invisible. Then how many times would it do it since they're very filthy? Okay, 24/7 the human race will be raped. 24/7. Well, how are you going to go and get a life? How are you living and eating and getting married and having fun and going to... Please, don't let them make you believe that then God maybe created a balance in that way that they can't do that during the day, but they at least can do it when you're sleeping. Nonsense. The quality of him giving them power to touch you is evil. That's evil. God would never do that. They don't have that power over you. It's witchcraft. When they do witchcraft to me, like I'm sitting and recording this, they can make a part of your body move. A part of your body feel like something attacked it or something. Not like a punch or anything like that. No, you just become conscious of that area. Just like sometimes you feel like someone's staring at you, become self-conscious of your face or your body or whatever they're talking about, whatever the thoughts are like that. It's just that is not a person. That's a demon staring at you through them. So the same way they can make you self-conscious that way, it's the same way they can make you self-conscious of a certain part of your body using witchcraft. When I command the witchcraft to leave that part of my body, something gets out. You get me? It's just like that. Just like when you feel heaviness on your heart, it doesn't mean they're pressing your heart. It's a witchcraft. So understand, you need to leave evil because evil is evil. But also understand, just in terms of knowledge, in terms of wisdom, something you just don't know, you human beings who have any sort of problem in your life, especially you, the ones in the bottom of society, understand you're in the bottom of society, not because someone always has to be at the bottom of society, otherwise who's going to do those jobs, what people say. No, you're supposed to keep changing, you get me? The next generation who's like teenagers should then be doing those little jobs, right? Cashier, etc. We're supposed to keep changing. And you're supposed to move up, you get me? Come on, it's just like high school. You're not moving up. These shallow, weird, filthy families, told you when you look at them, they just look normal. You just know they're not moral and great. You just know they're obviously not the best. But they're very perverted, very harmful, very creepy. Their kids are very creepy, very perverted. Their own children are perverted. If you tell them, come, let me help you, let me get you out of this crazy family, they're going to fight with you and say they want to stay with them. We don't have victims the way you think we have victims. So that's why evil's increasing in the world. Because the victim is becoming the predator, okay? So for that reason, that's why they're in that situation. That's why these humans are possessed every day. Their demons possess them to stalk me and bother me every day. And stalk people they don't know every day like that too. God put me in a situation where, even though I'm not someone that can happen to, he put me in a situation where I just see what they do to people they stalk like that every day. So that because God is going to guide me to wisdom, I get to see then why humans became that way. Why they're not distracted living and enjoying this life. Why are they stalking people? Getting in a car randomly and driving to CVS every day and then going back to the street and driving for 8 hours on that road all day. That's not what the hell is that? That's not a human. How can you just follow people around all day like that? I told you, you guys don't know that. It's the people all day who are in the highway, who are just driving all day. The road should be empty at some point in this country and other places. Because everyone goes to a job, correct? So what do they do when they get to a job? For 8 hours, they're stuck in a building. So why is there always someone driving? If the natural shift is 8 to 5. Get it? So 8 to 5, everyone should disappear from the road. And kids are in school. So they should also disappear from... What is going on? Why is there so many vehicles all day driving? Versus walking. Obviously, in places like India, they walk because they don't have to have a car. But they drive and they walk in huge mobs because they're stalking people. They go into random stores to buy random things. They're not actually real customers. They have no business going there. That means a lot of them don't have jobs. Or they jump off of their job for their 30 minutes. See how stupid they are. They don't even enjoy their shift. And they run somewhere. They don't even enjoy their break. Those are their off days usually. Like a Sunday or something. You get me? God is showing me why humans are always in the road driving all day. half of them are not actual humans getting to a destination. They really are possessed by demons to go into a certain store, a certain mall, a certain hotel. You can't be like, that's too hard for me to believe. Do you not see random quiet places like a hotel, a mall, airport, all of a sudden have some crazy erratic customer fighting with people? Police are called like that. It's them. Don't think something actually that moment got them to act bad because they're just a bad person. No, they were already brought to the place fully aware that they're going to go to that store and harass some random stranger. Like that, a lot of the harassment, a lot of the crimes, a lot of the behaviors you see in a store-like environment, a business environment, these humans, they're demons, and they already plotted to go to that place to go do that. They just maybe not know who to do it to, right? When the demon gets them to the airport, then it says, this employee, insult her. Excuse me, how much is this? They're going to obviously have that attitude. You God is going to warn you. They can never act in a way that you can't tell something's coming. But at least they're going to maybe start off with some normal question. All of a sudden, they have an attitude. They're just fighting with you. And you're thinking, why are you trying to get into argument with me? Like, why are you like, again, you already know bad people do bad things. Yes. I mean, sometimes you can see it's not just their bad coming out. Sometimes you know it's like some sort of job they have to do. Like someone paid them to do it. They have to fight with you. That's it. They're vessels for demons. So those are the humans that he keeps at the typical lowly jobs. Like that. You know, typical employee you see at an airport, or typical employee you see at a hotel. All these front desk, retail service, weird, all these service-like jobs. Because get it? The other one's like a nurse is there for 8 hours. She's not going to come out and drive around all day. So guess then how they use her and him. Guess how they use those humans who don't go out all day because they have to actually be stuck at a job. They have nice big jobs. There you go. Use your mind. Did I not say they're stuck in a building? They are the co-workers who do workplace bullying and harassment. They are harassing and abusing those inside the building since they cannot go outside the building. You'll observe nurses and doctors, usually they are the most shallow, most creepiest, most perverted, narcissistic, psychopathic humans. They're basically the bottom of society in terms of human greatness. They're the lowliest. They're the lowliest humans. And you're thinking, these are really cool jobs. Why are they always in these jobs? Because demons have to. They have to do harassment to you at a job. They have to do harassment to you at school. They have to do harassment everywhere you go on the face of the earth. So they have to bring these types of humans in sort of like an equal proportion and percentage to every sort of environment you could go to. It's not just because, right, they just naturally are an equal proportion everywhere you go because, right, there's a lot of bad people in the world. No, technically they would probably choose to go certain places if demons weren't inspiring them. They'd probably like certain jobs and things more than others. They wouldn't want to go everywhere that you could say there's just a job, a career field. Get it? Because they're evil humans, they obviously would be attracted to certain jobs more. But you're going to realize they're just in your face in the jobs that we need to engage with each other as human beings, right? Jobs where they have to touch somebody like a health doctor or nurse would touch you because they're perverts. They need those types of jobs. You get me? I know they're in every job because, yes, there's too many of them. But still observe where they seem to come out more. You get me? Where you seem to see creepy, weird, shallow humans more. Okay, but then two, I'm just saying, since they're all possessed, everywhere you go, there's going to be harassment. You're never going to be like, where can I go? Which type of job are there humans who are really, you get me, sort of great? You know, like, they're actually great. They're actually intelligent, beautiful, healthy, youthful, wonderful people. Obviously, you age. I just mean youthful as in, like, whatever your age is, right? Just healthy, take care of yourself. Okay, let me not use that word. Just healthy, wonderful people. You get me? They're just enjoying life. You're never going to find them. Every environment you go, there's these weird ones that you would say don't belong there. And you're thinking, but since they're so evil, right? And they're so shallow, and they're absorbed with dark emotions, how did they work so hard to get such big, important jobs? Because a lot of them require you to study hard, right? They don't even have attention span. When I see evil humans, they can't focus. They're always staring and watching and harassing people. They're always looking around. Because you don't have a peace of mind, correct? Because you're possessed. You have darkness within you. They work for their demons. Their demon wants them to go and be a nurse at that hospital because it wants to touch people. It wants to bother people. It wants to cause pregnancy problems for those females who just got married, you know, like that. I don't know how to explain. Everywhere you go, they're ready to meet you as demons with these types of humans. So when they cannot exit the building, workplace harassment starts. Harassment and bullying in a school starts. Either the evil is happening in a building or in the street. You can't find peace anywhere. Because these types of humans, right? They're always agreeing to those thoughts, asking for their permission to bother that person. All they have to do is put envy into their heart. They agree. But I'm saying if they knew the demons were working against them in whatever area they're deficient in, right? That nurse might go to that job, bully people, harass people covertly, right? The typical narcissistic, evil, creepy, annoying coworker trying to micromanage. You get me? That sort of way where they try to always not maybe hit someone, you know? But then, guess what? She'd probably tell you she struggles with money to some degree. She struggles with relationships. Amazing, right? Why does she want a relationship? Why do evil humans want a relationship? Aren't they evil? Amazing. It always amazes me. They do it because they want to abuse people through it. That's the common sense. But they would tell you, right, maybe they want some romantic relationship, but they can't seem to get it or whatever. That's the demon preventing it. Get it? Whatever they want that you would say is normal, that they can't seem to have, they don't realize the evil thing they agreed to use them to harass those people every day is now getting in their way of achieving their happiness. It's that simple. And to some degree, demons know if they leave people alone and just people actually achieve whatever they want, right? They know at some point love could enter their heart. Because when you're really blessed and happy, right, you have everything, they know a human who's evil, you get me? They're not doing it from a place of morality because that's, okay, has nothing to do with having anything. Just the evil one, okay? They know that since it makes you feel good to have materialistic things, right? And the carnal things, they know if they stop harassing their carnal and materialistic needs, they know at some point they might feel too happy. You get me? That then they just stop bothering people. They just might start to maybe appreciate those who help them get it, like that. Maybe people hire them and they feel really grateful. They know just in order to get those blessings, right? Other humans were involved who sort of helped them accelerate, right? Everything you get, God is using a human to bless you with it anyway. Or he's not the one directly blessing you with it. It's just a natural blessing he created, just the natural laws, all right? Other humans have to give you a job, obviously. They have to. If you're the one selling something, well, they're still giving you money, right? We're always sharing and helping each other, correct? Knowing directly or indirectly. So you get me? The person might develop some empathy, some love, some good emotions to some degree. So they always feel the need to then make you feel miserable in some area of your life. Is that then justifiable for you to become evil? No, it's just they're going to then use that to push envy into you for those over there who don't necessarily have your problem. Or it's not about that. They're just going to put the emotion of envy and hatred into your heart. You get me? Because you're miserable. Misery loves company. So this is just to help you understand, you know. While these wicked humans every day, I know demons are possessing them and making them harass and abuse others every day in very covert ways that no one knows. In direct ways. But then I don't understand why they obey the demon. If the demon is making them miserable and making them poor, I don't understand why they obey it. It's because they don't know. They think the demon is just darkness. All it does is just makes them do bad things. You get me? Because they're bad and they don't want to fight with it because, get it? They love the emotion of hatred. They haven't come out of those emotions. But they don't realize that then, right, that same demon they agreed to that made them that way is the reason why they're poor and suffering and all these emotions and thoughts and problems they have. It would at least to some degree be like, I'm not listening to you anymore. Just like a human. You're an evil human. You're friends with another evil human. Obviously, you do evil together. You mix with them because you like the evil they are. right? If you don't like evil, you wouldn't be friends with them. Okay, but then the moment they maybe sabotage something for you, right? They put you out of jail, they lied about you, they stole your money, you probably disengage with them, right? That's what I'm saying. The demon is doing that to you, but it's invisible. You don't see how it did it to you. So you're still friends with it. Sad. So sad. Use this to increase your wisdom and come against demons. One, because obviously you're supposed to be good and evil is bad. But two, they're your enemy is what I was trying to share with you. Don't ever, ever forget they're the cause of all your problems.